This conference will now be recorded.
So we're working with the Master Final Exam Review problem. And like I just told you to do break, this has this target loss up here, but you were really working on the break even. So hopefully you didn't look at that. And you were asked to calculate the break even. Our selling price was what?
2,000.
2,000. So insert. So we're just we're just putting in a little break even column. And we'll just put the relevant things over here. So the first relevant thing is 2,000. What's the next relevant thing?
The variable cost.
Well, we're just coming down this road, we'll see bad debts, and I put it in here for you.
Okay.
At what?
10%.
10%. So it's, if we collect the 90, then 10% is uncollectible. 10% of the selling price is bad debts. And we're noticing, okay, we're collecting 60% in the quarter sale, 30% in the quarter after sale. We got a desired ending inventory of 25%. Then we have 2 ink cartridges, $100 each. So our ink cartridges that we're going to be working with is going to be what?
200.
200. And our paper?
100. 100.
And we're saying we're paying 75 and 25%. It takes 5 hours per book. So what's our book cost?
50. 50.
Oh.
That's good. 50.
That's where I did wrong.
Manufacturing overhead is what?
1,200,000.
Administrative expense?
800,000.
Of course, I skipped the selling expenses. How much is the selling expenses going to be?
400.
I get 400. 20% of the selling price, right?
Of the price, yes.
And the other thing was what? The interest expense, and that's going to be what?
400,000.
So going through, you can always put in an extra column and put in the relevant information. So if we transfer this relevant information to the master budget quantity sheet, can everybody do that now? So I want everybody to do that now and make the calculation. So you were going through, there were some issues and problems. So go through now and make the calculation.
Okay, you uploaded the new one, Professor? Sorry. I don't know why my computer I didn't know you were on mute, so I didn't hear you.
Say that again.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I had you on mute, so I couldn't hear you. I've been over here calculating.
Well, good. Calculated then.
You put a new one up with the new numbers?
Same one. I just
Okay.
went over the relevant information, and I'm saying now, given that we put those relevant informations in, make the calculation, and everybody should come up with the same quantity for break even.
Okay, what's
Wait,
the
this,
relevant? Sorry, go ahead, Kyler.
I was just asking, this is a new one.
Same one.
What's the relevant information? Did any numbers change?
Okay,
Sorry.
let's go back
I
to
didn't
the,
hear you. I'm so sorry. Jesus, I did not know you was on mute. I was wondering why you wasn't talking.
Okay, I have the same answer now as everybody else. I just had divided 5 and 10 instead of multiplied, so that was my fault.
So it
through, and we have this break even column where we put in what was relevant to calculate break even. And we said credit sales 2,000, bad debt because their 10% would be 200. The raw materials, 2 ink cartridges at 200. Paper, 2 reams at $50 each, 100. Direct labor, 5 hours per book at $10 an hour, $50. The main overhead for the year is $1.2 million. Selling expenses are 20% of sales, so that's 400. Administrative expense for the year is 800,000. And the interest for the year is 400,000. So what I wanted you all to do is, with that relevant information, everybody fill it in to see if we could get the same quantity. And you're supposed to check it, Kyler, to make sure you're within $100 with your answer.
So it's 2286 is
You're gonna see if everybody get that. Everybody put it in, and let me see what everybody gets.
okay. I was trying to make sure.
Well, everybody's working on it now, so we want to. So everybody have it calculated now? Okay, so we're working with the break-even column. That's all we're doing. Break-even is defined as what? Selling price minus variable expenses to get the contribution margin. Then we're going to go to our fixed costs and add them up, get a total fixed cost, and divide the contribution margin into the total fixed cost to get our quantity. Selling price is always on a per unit basis, and the variable costs are also on a per unit basis. And in our problems, there are ink, paper, labor, bad debt, and selling expenses. So you know what the selling expenses are. You have to calculate them on a per unit basis. You add them up to get the total variable cost, and you subtract it from the selling price to get the contribution margin. Then the fixed costs, and they're quarterly, you add them up to get the annual amounts. And they're always the same: manufacturing overhead, administrative expense, interest expense, fixed cost. And so when we come up, try to get the quantity for break even, we simply do what? We take the fixed cost and we do what? We divide it by the CM, the contribution margin. Are there any questions on anything that I've said? So, our selling price was how much?
2,000.
Our ink was what?
200.
Paper?
100.
100.
Labor?
50.
Bad debt?
200.
Selling expense?
400.
So we add all of these up, how much do we get as our variable cost?
950.
950.
How much?
950. 950.
Okay, so what's our contribution margin gonna be?
1050.
For our fixed costs? What was it?
1,200,000.
The manufacturing overhead was how much?
1,200,000.
Administrative expense?
800,000.
Interest expense?
400,000.
So what's our total fixed cost?
2,400,000.
Cool.
But what is our break even gonna be?
2286.
286.
Everybody get 2286 now. Is there anybody who can't get 2286? Well, we might as well see. put it out year one alternative. We're still at break even. I'm gonna change the labor rate to $20 an hour. That's all I'm changing. Okay. So with that change to $20 an hour, y'all gonna make that change. Then once you make that change, Taiwo, you've got the sales budget and cash receipts. Okay. Hung and Rodney, you all independently got the production budget. We don't want any mistakes. So y'all work independently and get that. Kyla, raw materials, ink, Pickett, raw materials, paper. Rodriguez, labor. Mendez, overhead. Taylor, selling expenses. Reynoso, administrative expenses. And Bernard, the capital expenditure budget. So does everyone have their assignment?
Is Rodrigo supposed to be me? I'm trying to figure out.
The what?
You say Rodrigo.
Is Rodrigo supposed to be me? I
I'm talking about the code. Wait a minute. I
don't
guess
know.
it,
I mean, if you want me to sit this one out, that's cool too, but I didn't know. Oh, okay, yeah. That one right there. Hold on. You missed it. Where'd it go?
did I leave you out? Well, I got a job for you.
Hold on, wait.
Rodrigo.
No, right there. Look on the paper, on the print, the paper, I think. Right there on top of Mendez. On top. Go
Yes,
above
man.
Mendez.
Yeah, I thought I had everybody. Y'all
Is
can't
that me
get,
for labor budget or is that somebody else?
that's you.
Okay, labor budget. Cool.
Cowboy, I came, tell them what they got to do. So make that new calculation. Then I want you all to go through and do the first 2 quarters. So you're
So
only
the
doing,
only thing changed was labor.
and the only thing that changed is labor. You got my new one calculated, Taiwo?
Yeah. Am I gonna use 10%?
We're still finding the break even quantity, but just for the one that changed the labor.
You're doing the break even with that change in labor. What were you saying, Taiwo?
We still gonna use the same percentage. 10, 20, 30, 40.
Wait,
Same
sorry.
percentage.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I had you on mute as well. Sorry, I don't know how I did that, but I got you on muted as well.
That's a rub, dude.
How did that even happen?
We changed one thing in this problem. We made labor $20 an hour. And I
Okay,
asked you to recalculate the break even. Then everybody was given a table to work on, and they're doing the first 2 quarters. Are there any questions? So with 2 quarters, We'll give you 15 minutes.
Professor, what was the percentages again?
They're right here in the assumptions. So none of this changed. I changed one thing.
Okay, thank you.
With the one thing I changed, I want everybody to go and do the first 2 quarters. That's all you're doing, 2 quarters.
Jesus.
Hello, Dr. Boyd. What are we doing right now?
How are we coming?
So I think I did it right, but I don't know. My number looks weird. Like it looks way too high. So can I just like kind of explain what I did and you can tell me if I did it wrong so I can.
We'll start with
Okay.
sales and go all the way through. And you'll have your chance.
Okay. Cool, cool.
So what was our new number for sales? With that change, what was our new quantity?
I got 2,400.
You got what?
2,400.
So my change gave us an even number.
Yes,
That
sir.
was the plan. Did everybody get 2,400?
Yes, sir.
So everybody got 2,400.
Professor, you gonna share your screen while we do the input?
I guess. That's a good idea.
I want to make sure I get everything.
Okay, so looking at our screen, we had 2386, and I wanted you to have a round number, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what did I know that would help get it to be a round number? What did I know?
You change the labor.
The variable cost, yes.
So that I could change what?
Anything on the variable,
The contribution margin,
I did was to change the contribution margin to how much?
1,000.
uh,
Gotcha.
We had this 2,000.
Operation management.
Is that operation management?
It's a little piece of it. Trying to get a certain number.
Okay, but we made the labor 100 instead of the 50. So that's the only thing changed. So that the total variable cost would be 1,000. That gives us a contribution margin of 1,000. So when we come to this total fixed cost of 2,400,000, when we divide 1,000 into 2,400,000, we get a quantity of 2,400. Are there any questions from anybody on the 2,400? Okay, so what we're gonna do with the 2,400?
take the 10% of it and put it on fourth quarter sales.
Well, we're gonna go to the quantity line on sales, right?
Yes, sir.
And so this is a quantity calculation. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put what? 2,400 here, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's where the 2,400 comes. And we can always go up here, just copy our percentages. Bring them in here and paste them. So we said 10% of the sales were the first quarter. How many is that gonna be?
240.
240. And we just we'll go straight down. So if 240 is sale and the selling price was what?
2,000.
So total sales are going to be what?
480,000.
And we said all the sales are credit sales.
Yes, sir.
What's our bad debt going to be?
48,000, 10%.
Bad debt's 48,000. So how much are we collecting in the month of sale?
60% of sales.
So how much is that going to be?
288,000.
So we collected 6%, 288. This is zero because this is the first month. So the total collections are 288.
Yes, sir.
Any question on how we did that? Well, let's go to the second quarter. What were the sales going to be in the second quarter?
20% of 2,400. That's 480.
Selling price,
Same thing, 2,000.
total sales,
960,000.
credit sales, they're all credit, right?
So,
So our bad debts are going to be what?
96,000.
And how much of this 960 are we going to collect?
60%.
So how much is that?
576,000.
$576. And then we're going to do what down here? Collect what?
30% of first month sale.
First quarter. So we're going to collect 30% of this 480. How much is that going to be?
144,000.
So we collect 6% of the 960. Then we go back for these first quarter sales and get that other 40%. 30%. How much was it? 30% or 40%?
30.
30. Okay, so get this 30%. So when we add these two together, how much do we have?
720,000.
Are there any questions by anybody?
100%. Whoa. Thank God on Thursday.
So what?
Getting 100.
Well, you only. So what we're going to do with these collections, we're going to take them down here. Put them on the cash budget. And how much was our initial cash amount from your assumptions? Says the initial cash was 100,000, but you got to keep 200 in there because you're in big business, so you got to keep 200 in there. So that just tells us that since we started off with 100,000, that this initial amount is going to be 100,000. So you have cash available for 388,000. Do we have enough cash now to meet our minimum? 200,000. Well, let's see how our production budget is coming. So what's the first thing we're gonna do on the production budget?
The sales or the quantity.
You're gonna come up here and collect these sales. And we're gonna paste them on the production budget. Okay. What's our desired ending inventory?
25%. 240 with a 60.
But what's this number gonna be?
60.
240?
60. 60.
Got 240.
Mhm.
Our sales in the second quarter are 480. I want 25% of this 480 on hand at the beginning of the quarter. So I've got to produce 240. I got to produce all of these. Then I got to produce another 25% of this number. So I'll have these on hand at the beginning of the quarter. So what's our desired inventory?
240.
120.
What is the professor?
That's 120.
It's 240. And it's not 240.
25%.
We'll put
Oh,
this
you said 25%.
60.
50% is
60.
Okay, so we got to take this 25%. When we're in the first quarter, we got to get 25% of the second quarter.
Yeah.
That's going to be 120.
yes.
Howell said it.
The total needed is what? What do we need in total?
The 60.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Can't hear Jennifer though. 360.
I've been saying 60 for not 2 minutes.
Professor, you added that 25% to it, or is that legit every time?
But whatever's in here, you're in the first quarter, you're selling 240. So you got to make 240. But you want to
Okay.
have some on hand at the beginning of the second quarter. 25%, so that's 120. So in the first quarter, you got to make what you're selling plus 25% of what's going to be sold the next quarter.
Okay.
There's no beginning inventory, so what's the total units to be produced? In the first
360.
quarter, 360. What about second quarter, Jennifer?
If it's 25% of 480, let me divide that by 4 real quick. Divided by 4, that's 120. Wait, I'm confusion now. How is that? Pause. Okay.
Kyle, what are the sales going to be in the
Came up
third
with-
quarter?
It's going to be 30% of 2,400. That's going to be
720.
So the sales in the second
Rodney, it's really muffled. We can't hear you.
are going to be 720.
uh,
So you just, you would know, okay, I need to get that third quarter in here. So I've got to make what I'm selling plus what? 25% of 720. How much is that?
180 is 25%.
yes.
So then
So 480 and 180 is how much?
660.
60.
660.
Yes.
But you had beginning already at 120.
Yes.
So how many you got to make?
Or 540.
Yeah, you subtract that, right? Yeah.
So what are we gonna do with the 360 and the 540? Copy it,
Put on the first part of the quarter.
put it here. Did y'all give Kyla the right number? Since she has this done. And
Okay,
ticket.
wait, hold on.
Okay, so we'll come back to them. But hopefully on Thursday, they'll have the right number. Mendez, what you doing with your overhead?
I have, well, I guess I did all quarters.
You gotta do 2 quarters. You don't have to strain yourself.
I did 300,000 for the first quarter as total overhead, and then my list depreciation was 50,000. My total payment was was, oh Lord, I lost the paper. Was 250,000 for both
250.
quarters.
That's gonna be the same for both quarters. So what we do in the first quarter on a fixed cost, we can then copy it and paste it, and we done. And then we're gonna take these payments. What we're gonna do with them, Mendez? We're gonna take them down to the cash budget. Say that we gotta pay this much. Okay. Selling expenses.
Okay, so for quarter one, we had 96,000.
Plan. So what our sales gonna be?
For quarter one?
Yeah.
80,000.
So we come up here and get both of these, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna copy the 480 and the 960. We're gonna put it in here. And what's our commission rate?
One second. I don't think.
No, 20%.
20%?
Yes, sir.
So you look up here, see for selling expenses, they're 20% of sales.
Okay.
So all we need to do is what? 20%?
Oh, I didn't, okay, yeah. I got 96,000. And then for quarter two, I got 192,000.
So you say you got how much for quarter one?
96,000.
Quarter two?
192,000.
Wait a minute. And how much for quarter two?
Oh, for the total, would I be adding those?
Now, just give me another 20%.
Oh, yeah, 192. 192,000.
So we'll be paying the salesman these commissions. Copy those. So here's our direct labor. Wait a minute, excuse me. This is selling expense. Next, we have administrative expense Reynoso.
I need help with this, sir.
Let's go to the administrative expense. In the assumptions, they say the administrative expense is what? 200,000. And depreciation in it is 50. So here's your help. I'm gonna copy these two numbers.
Put it in the first and second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And do we just add them after that? Or
If the expense is 250 of its depreciation, then how much you got to pay?
100,000.
150.
I mean, 150,000. This is Malik, by the way. I came late, sir.
Yeah, I saw that Malik got here late.
I apologize.
What did I tell you the other day when we were meeting?
I know.
So all I got to do now is copy this and do what?
Gosh, boy.
So how long did it take to do that, Reynoso?
it was pretty quick and easy. I mean, I got the less depreciation part down. I just needed help with the total expense.
You got it down? You gonna be ready on Thursday?
Yeah, I should be ready, hopefully.
Okay.
All right. So where we at now? Bernard, can you talk? If not, we'll put Malik here. He was at work. So Malik, handle these.
Yes, sir.
Handle the
What is it again? The long term note?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So the long-term note is 1 million.
But we purchased it with a note, so that's no cash. So all we got to do is to come here and copy the principal and the interest. And we'll put them in here. They're the same, so I'll put them in. Now the equipment purchase was $1 million, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's with a long-term note, so there's no impact on the cash budget. We don't have to worry about the cash. Or the cash is these two payments here. And all we're gonna do now, Malik, is copy these and do what with them?
And plug them in. Cash budget, long-term note.
Put them. All right, so we got most things in here. We only need raw materials, ink, raw materials, paper, and direct labor to see whether we got enough money. Are we gonna have enough money, Reynoso?
No, right? Or yeah.
Yeah, we only got 388 and we got all of these already. Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, Kyla, raw materials, ink. You got your unit to produce. What is your per unit requirement?
2.
2 and 2. So how much raw materials you got to purchase in quarter one?
720.
720. What's our unit cost?
100.
So what's your total cost?
72,000.
And how much are you paying? How much of this are you paying in this quarter?
75%.
How much?
75%. So I got 54,000.
So you're paying 54,000.
Yes.
Let's go up to the second quarter.
Okay,
How
for the
much
second
you gotta purchase?
quarter, I got 1,080.
Unit cost still 100.
Yes.
So what's our
And
total cost?
108,000.
How much of this 108 you got to pay?
81,000.
Then you got to pick up that quarter before. So how much is that?
I got 18,000.
Take your word for it. So what's our total
Okay,
payment?
I have a question. I have one question. So when we take that other 25%, do we take that from the total cost, right?
Yeah, total cost.
Okay, yeah, that's right then. And then the total was 99.
$72 and you paid them 54. How much they
Right.
go and how much you want to pay?
Okay, yeah, I just have to make sure. And then I got for the total 99,000.
So what we're gonna do with these, Kyler?
You copy and paste them into the cash budget.
Okay, so Pickett, are we ready?
I did a little bit, not that far, but I need help on like the second half.
Well, you keep working. Go to
Hold on.
Rodrigo and get this labor.
Okay, so 5 hours per book, right? So it's 5 per unit requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So total labor hours, I multiplied 5 times 360 and I got 1,800. And then I also multiplied 5 times 540 and I got 2,700 for the second. Then the labor rate is $20. And for the first quarter, I got 36,000. For the second quarter, I got 54,000.
We're gonna do is put them in right here. So now we just need some paper. So what's our per unit requirement, Pickett?
It is 2. Yeah, 2.
So how many gonna be required?
720 for the first quarter and 1080 for the second quarter.
So what's our unit cost?
50.
So what's our total cost gonna be in quarter one?
Do we add up all 3 or do we multiply 2?
Okay, you got 360 books to make.
Mm-hmm.
And the per unit requirement is 2. Well, let's look at it this way. Suppose you can work 2 hours to make some stuff, You had to make 360 of them. And so the total hours you work was 720, and you're being paid $50 an hour. How much money you want? If you work 720 hours.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. And then I'm getting 50 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 36,000.
Oh. You don't want to just add up 360 and 2 and 720 and 50?
No. Okay. So then the second one, well, I guess we should finish the first one.
And you're paying 75%, correct?
Yes. Okay.
So what's 75% of 36,000?
27,000.
So you don't have anything in the month following, so your total payment is 27,000. Then the next quarter, 1,080 at 50. What's this number going to be?
54,000.
And you got to pay how much it is?
75%.
So what's 75% of 54,000?
40,500.
And you know what? You also got to pay this old money you owe. How much did you owe them? It was 36 and you paid 27. How much you owe?
9.
9,000. So you got to pay what you owe back from here plus the current amount. So it's what?
Okay, so 49,500.
Yep. Y'all just try to make this hard. Copy. Okay, time for everybody to work. So you've got your first quarter, second quarter. So what I want to know now is how much of a short-term loan you needed for quarter one and quarter two. So if this was the information, how much, if any, of a short-term loan do you need? Shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. So you got 5 minutes per year.
What are we looking for again, sir? What did you tell us to do? I was still typing some stuff in.
You said how much, if any, would we need for a short-term loan, right?
Okay, thank you.
So what are our total payments in quarter one?
813,000, I believe.
I take your word for
That's
it.
what I got.
So we're deficient how much?
4,500, 400, 2,500.
2,500.
400.
Kevin, be quiet.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
400 and 2,500.
And 20.
Sorry, yeah, 425,000. I mean,
Yeah, about maybe 425.
yeah, that's what I got.
How much you gonna borrow, Mendez?
525,000.
She's gonna borrow 525. Now to give her an ending cash balance of how much?
100.
How much was she supposed to have?
$200.
Ending cash balance is 200,000.
Oh wow. Oh, so I was supposed to do 625. Okay, 625,000.
So it needs 625,000. So that this will be 200,000. What's gonna happen in quarter two?
Beginning balance 200,000.
How much?
200,000.
All right, so whatever we had down there comes up. So cash available,
Is 920,000.
how much were your expenditures?
994,400.
So how much are you short this time?
Jesus, is that correct?
74,500.
So you're short 74,500. So how much you need to borrow?
274,500.
That's gonna get us to 200,000. Any questions? So since you all have an individual part to the test and then a class part to the test, just seems like to me I might need to get together and practice together so y'all be ready. Because how many points will we have lost today?
0.
How many
Did
points?
pretty good today.
How many?
All of we did pretty good today, Professor.
Yeah, I doubted myself, but I ended up getting everything right, so I was good.
Good job, Nicole.
I always do that.
Let me go back to the screen again. So if I was looking at this sheet, we have this number right? This number. So we had this number. But But we didn't have any of these right because we didn't have the right quantities. So all three of these were wrong. Then I helped put in some more of these. But on Thursday, I'm not putting anything in.
Oh, wait, so you say the 3, so the direct labor was wrong too?
Well, if the production budget is wrong, then everything that followed that's dependent on production is wrong.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Because what's that first number? Units to be produced. So it appears to me that you all can get together and practice a little bit and be ready on Thursday. Say we're
What
gonna
is
start
that?
4:30 on
Off?
Thursday. So we'll start at 4:30.
I have a question. So with that, are we gonna get our section off at 4:30? Because I don't get off of work until 5. But I can log in at 4:30. But I just want to make sure I understand what's going on so I can pick up easily while I'm still at work.
The first part, you're doing your individual part, which is to come up with your quantity to break even. All of those will be different. Had the same learning purposes. Everybody will have a different break even. Then I will select one of those and you'll do the cash budget on it.
Okay.
So you got plenty of problems to practice on. And since we want to help the whole class, and since some people get a little problematic if they have to do the whole thing, we said everybody just have to be able to do a schedule. So it seemed like everybody could do a schedule. That's the way it would appear to me. So you have an individual part and a class part, just like we did today. Just like we did today. So it's up to you all. Y'all got your group me and everything. Get together. I would suggest practice on some problems. Because I won't make the assignments until that night on who's doing what. But you can see, how the assignments are gonna kind of work. But everybody has to do their part. Or get shut out like the Texans did.
You seen us on the for the halftime show, right?
The what?
You ain't see us for the halftime show?
I have to admit I did. I didn't realize we were on.
Dang.
They put the show
Yeah,
on
with the
TV.
ocean. I believe so. I believe so. But yeah, the band played for the halftime show.
They didn't play for the halftime show?
No, we played for the halftime show. The band did.
Oh, okay, but they didn't show it. That's right. They
I
always
guess not.
around the league.
But yeah, I was just asking.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at the game. Okay. All right. So we'll see you on Thursday at 4:30. Get some practice in. So remember your projects too.
Wait,
Professor?
You
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Kylie. You all right?
Oh, I just want to know, where do we drop the product off to?
To my office in 373.
Okay. And the JHJ?
Correct.
Okay.
I can look at it while I grade those wonderful results. Remember, you're doing exactly what we're doing now.
Alrighty. You have a good day. Good night.
You all have a good night too. We'll see you all on Thursday.
Alrighty.
Professor, regarding team B's, I mean team A, sorry, project, we just want to make sure that if we're done, I don't know if I can share my screen or if Taiwo submitted it, what we have to you already. I don't know if, did we do that, Mr. Taiwo?
No, I think it was Dominic that submitted it. The question
Oh,
is,
she
that,
did.
do we still need to add anything? Are we adding all this stuff we've been doing lately?
The cash budget and all that, are we supposed to do that for her? Or it was just the break even,
And the cash budget, balance sheet, and income statement. Everything as we had in that practice problem.
okay, can you show us what you mean? I'm sorry. Let me pull that up real quick. I'm about to pull it up now so I can see what you're talking about. It was moved.
I send a spreadsheet.
Yes, sir, you did. We have our spread, like it's completed, but we just want to make sure that, because, okay, with this master worksheet we just did today, and then having to complete the cash budget, the capital expenditure, and all of these different things, selling, manufacturing overhead. From our understanding, we just have the step 3 done. I mean, we have all of the steps done. We have
Got all the tables you had to do.
so all of
Yeah.
those right there, you want us to add that to this template? Because that's not on here.
It's on the template right here that I sent to you. Master budget worksheet, fall of 2021.
Yeah, she was talking about the first template for the project. It wasn't there.
That's what I'm talking about, the project.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying this is one.
Okay.
Add all these one to it.
What'd you say, Mr. Taiwo?
I mean, that was what he's saying. He said we have to add all these one to the initial project template.
All these tables. Then you need to have your financial statements. Remember, you all submitted something. We have a trial balance, direct costing income statement from the trial balance and the balance sheet. And you all did that. And the only issue was, you tried to pay back the loan, and I think you missed one thing on the income statement, left something out.
Yes.
So it's the same thing as the practice problem.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, like
So that's what what'd you say, Mr. Taiwo?
I mean, we're like halfway done.
What'd you say, Mr. Taiwo?
I mean, with all these, we're like halfway done.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. I was wondering, okay.
Yeah.
If you are using Excel and you got your formulas correct,
yes,
then when you get to the sales budget, okay, nothing changes on the sales budget except the quantity. So if you link these correctly, or however you do it, all of the other things stay the same. It's just your quantity each time.
Okay. Right.
But you all can work on it and send it to me. I may be able to look at it on Wednesday. Got an exam today. And here's poor Kyla. Kyla, where's the rest of your team?
I was just gonna like tell you that I'm doing it by myself. So if you don't see anyone else's name on the project and just mine, just know that I'm doing this all by myself.
That's what has to happen. So you can
It
get your A all by yourself.
Exactly, because they're nowhere to be found. So I was just like, I care about my grades, so I'm just gonna do it.
But you see, Team 8, you see she's working all by herself. So don't y'all feel bad?
It's okay. Y'all don't have to feel bad. It is a lot of
I do.
stuff though, but y'all don't gotta feel bad for me.
Well,
Well, just make sure, Kyle, that you get the break even year. You know, you just focus on one. If it's just you, just send it in, but just have
See,
your.
I already tried to do all 4, but I'm just gonna have to go back and redo it. But I don't know. I did one, but I wanted to get
Just
the A.
do the break even.
Okay.
There's one per person. So like Team 8 has 5 people.
Right.
If it's just you, do the break even year, put your name on it and send it in. But however many names is supposed to be the number of years. We did cut it to 4 for we maxed it out at 4. But the easiest thing for you is to do your 1 year, break even, send that in and be done. Which is what you would have done on any team anyway.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that's easier for me because I spent like 6 hours doing it on Sunday. Well, that was yesterday. Yeah, I was trying to do it yesterday, but that makes it easier because I started getting confused towards the last years. Thank you.
Okay, so just get that first year right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, so Team 8 just have 4 years to do so. You are getting a little reprieve. You only got 4 years and you got 5 people.
We did all the 4 years. We just need to do break even 4 quarters. That's just it. That's what you're asking for.
Say that again.
We got all our numbers for the 4 years. The only thing we need to do is to break it down to quarters for the break even.
Oh, yeah, y'all do have a lot of work if y'all hadn't done it by quarters. Because, you know, you have to determine how much you need for each quarter. But work on it and see. You know, just give it the old college try and we'll see how it looks. But maybe you can see why I didn't want to have the project as the final exam grade for a lot of people. You see, they would not quite have worked for a number of them, as you can see now. So let's give them a fighting chance.
Okay. So what we did? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. What are you saying?
So what we did today, that we have to add that to our project, basically, with our numbers for our.
Correct.
Gotcha. And add another tab in that, what is it, Excel that we already have, or you want this turned in separately as the worksheet? Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
You just put it all together. So you send me one file with everything on it.
Okay.
Didn't I have a copy in there in course
No.
content?
Oh yeah, we have that. We have that.
Did you see that, Kyler?
Yeah, just a blank one that we just fill in.
Now, I thought I gave you a sample of some students from last semester.
Oh wait, hold on. I haven't. What is it under?
I think it's course content master
It's
budget.
under master budget worksheet.
Course content, yeah, and the master budget and course content.
Worksheet. The Excel sheet.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I looked at that.
Yeah, so you got some samples of what other people did. So you got some gas and everything. Go from there.
Do we have class tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
You
I'm
miss-
just
you
trying to see. 'Cause maybe,
I admit that you might be missing. You won't have anything to do.
what did you say?
You don't have. You have too much free time on your hand.
No, if we didn't have class, then our teams can meet at that time to get these projects finalized.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what you'll be able to do. So we met today. So it'll be at the first of the week. Give you plenty of time. So, you know, if something comes up, you know, just you can send the project to me early. Just send it in early. I'll look at it.
Okay.
Okay, so you all have a good one, and we will see you all on Thursday.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, Professor.